I would like you to help me out with the question that's been plaguing me for years. I come into the city all the time. I see actors and actresses on street corners, in the theater districts, in department stores. I don't want to be an annoying fan. When is it appropriate to say hello and disturb them? Thank you.
I'm glad you asked that question. I think it's different for everyone. And I'll be totally frank with y'all. I remember one time, and I've never told this story in public, I was at Rockefeller Center and I was shooting, it was either one of the shows, I was the Today Show or something, and I'll never forget this because I was in my early 20s. I was probably 21, 22 years old. And this was back before cell phones, you know, when people had those disposable cameras where you used to have to take the film in and drop it off. And this guy came up to me, he says, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I was having a bad day. I can't remember what I was going through, but it was substantial. And I said, I'd really rather not. He says, "Come on, just one picture, one picture. It's the only picture." And what he didn't realize was I had taken a bunch of pictures before, and I was probably going to be taking some after. And he caught me at the wrong moment. And he stuck his camera in my face, and the flash went off. And I've never told this to anyone. I took the camera, and I took the film out, and I handed it to him. I was very short with this guy. And I've never forgotten it because that's not who I am. My worst day has to be at least as good as your day. Because if you're a fan of mine, you can't, I'm human, but I have to retain my dignity. I have to be polite. And I worked my whole life to achieve what I've achieved. I'm not saying I shouldn't have a bad day, but you don't need to know about that. If you see somebody that you admire on a street corner, go up to them and tell them that you're a fan of their work. That doesn't mean stick a camera in their face or whatever, but somebody like me greatly appreciates someone like you who admires my work. That's what I worked for. I'm performing for you. When I bow at the end of a show, that's not for me. I'm bowing to you to say thank you for spending your time and your money to come hear me perform. So if you ever see me on a street corner, you come up to me and you give me a big hug, and I'm gonna give you one right back.
Oh.
That's the truth. That's the truth.